Hello? So, but before even we get into the placement procedure with TCS, see, there are a couple of things that I would want to, because for all that talking we did in the last 1.5 or a little over 1 hour, we really don't want to create a sales pitch for you guys, and then we don't want to say that, okay, this is the best option that you have. Now, there's nothing like the best option. The best option is something that you decide. You decide for yourself, and that's built on a different environment altogether, and that's built on your own personal priorities. So before you start to appear with us and start to sit through the placement process, think about a couple of things. Okay. Now, what's the first thing that you need to think about? The first thing that you need to think about is whether you really want to work right now, or whether you want to go ahead and pursue your higher education. Okay. Now, there's a reason why I'm telling you this. We will talk about it. Okay, whether you want to pursue your higher education. Now, that's the first thing. The second thing, if you have decided to work, think about the industry that you want to work with. Okay, don't join IT industry because everybody else is joining. Probably your interest lies in the core industries where you have graduated. Okay, I don't know. Think about it. Talk to your seniors, talk to your families, talk to your friends. Okay, join us if you really want to be a part of the. Now, once you join us, definitely, as Karthik said and as Mr. Murthy said, you will have a plethora of opportunities to work in whichever domain you want to work with. But again, the core industry that you want to join, think about it. Why I am telling you this? Because as Karthik said, I want you to join us if you are looking for a career with us. We were just having a brief talk during our transit to your college, and we were giving our inputs to your TPO. Probably you can share it with them later. And then we were telling him that the best of the inputs, so best of the outputs come in for us and for you if you join us with an intention to build a career. I hope you understand the difference between a job and a career, what I'm trying to look, okay? Don't look at it as a stopgap arrangement, okay? I don't have anything to do for the next 6 months, okay? I might as well take a TCS offer. Don't do that. Doesn't help you, doesn't help me, doesn't help the college, right? Okay, so after that, if you have decided that I want to work, and if you have decided to work with TCS, so what next? So that's what the process looks like. Okay, the first is the initial screening, the next is the online aptitude test, the interviews, and the same, then we give you a same day offer. But about the company and about throughout the process, before even you sit through the process, are you a part of campus commune? How many of you are part of campus commune? Fantastic. Okay. How many of you are not? Yeah, that's a better question to ask, I think. How many of you are not part of campus commune? Oh, that's fantastic. Everybody is. So you're already seeing the participation on it. You're getting to interact with all the peer groups. You know what is happening, right? Am I right? Yeah. So do that. I think that's a great opportunity for you guys to be in line with the wavelength that we are looking at. Okay. So the first step is going to be initial screening. That's is going to happen at your college level. You know whether you're eligible to sit through the process and all. Okay. So you are aware of the entire process and all, probably you can share. So that's what we will anyways discuss about it. We will discuss about the basic eligibility criteria and all. So once that happens, you sit through the online interview or online evaluation test. Now, what happens in an online evaluation test? You need to go and register on our career portal with Next Step. Okay, Next Step is the platform on which or the app, as you call it, is the entire platform on which the online evaluation test is managed, and Touchstone are our partners. Okay, so you go through the eligibility criteria, then you appear for the online test, and once you clear the online test, you have a set of interviews, 3-stage interview, a 3-stage filtering process. Okay, the first stage is a technical round of interview. Okay, where you will be grilled through a technical round. The next stage is a management review, where the seniors from the organization talk to you and understand how your fitment happens with the organization. And the last stage is going to be the HR interaction. Okay, those are the 3 stages. Now, I can't comment if these 3 stages are going to be clubbed together, if 2 of them are going to be clubbed and 1 is going to stay separate. That's a little too early to comment at this point in time. But basically, you will go through a 3-stage filtration process. Okay, that's what is going to happen in your interview process. Once you clear the interview, we will communicate the offers to you on the same day. Okay, the results are going to be communicated on the same day. That's the process in a nutshell. So let's take it in detail one by one. Okay, all eyes shifting. Was that the big question here? Right. That is the compensation that we are speaking about. Okay, we want to be extremely transparent about the entire process. So for postgraduates, it's 3,34,089, and for graduates, it's 3,18,887. All figures mentioned in INR. Okay, right. But apart from that, you have a whole set of benefits. I think our welfare policies are one of the best policies in the industry. You get one of the best hospitalization coverage in the industry, which is up to 7 lakhs for you and your family. Okay, so hospitalization coverage for about 7 lakhs for you and your family, which comes at a very, very nominal premium. Okay, any queries? From the work-life balance perspective, I think we have spoken enough on that, but we have got one of the finest leave policies in the industry, and a financial support for sabbatical, for professional memberships, and a 30,000 up to 30,000 rupees of housing loan deposit in case you are moving across. So these are some of the benefits which come in addition to the compensation, the gross compensation package that we are speaking about. Okay. Okay. The big thing, the eligibility criteria. The first thing is your marks criteria, at least 60% in the first attempt. At least 60% in the first attempt, and 60% to be secured within the normal duration of the course. Now that means that, okay, I have a backlog which is allowed. By the way, there's one backlog that is allowed. I have a backlog and let me join you, I'll clear it by 2021. Doesn't work. Okay, so within the timelines. Backlog criteria, 1 backlog in the highest qualification. Okay, there was a question asked in one of the other forums that I was talking that, sir, why only 1 backlog? Why can't I have 2? Backlogs is something which are very passionate to us in our student life. Okay, right? So we said, why only 1? Why not 2? I said, if I answer that, there's one more question, why not 3? So let's keep it at 1. There's a reason behind it. Why we don't keep it a 0 or why we don't keep it a 2. We have a reason behind keeping it at 1. So there's 1 backlog that's allowed. And all backlogs should be cleared within the normal duration. That's what it means. So that basically means before you join us, all your backlogs have to be cleared, or rather the one backlog that you're having should be cleared. Of course, it is mandatory to declare all pending backlogs, and only full-time courses are to be allowed. Right? So that's the eligibility criteria. That's for appearing the online test. Going forward. The minimum age is 18 years and the maximum age is 28 years. Now I'm sure about the first bracket, the minimum age. I am not sure how many of you fall outside the second bracket. Okay, so but we keep it about 18 years and 28 years. Okay, at the time of appearing for selection process, experience of not more than 3 years. Okay, because then we will treat you as an experienced professional and not as a campus recruit. So we will not allow you to sit through the campus process. So not more than 3 years of experience. And gaps or breaks, maximum up to 24 months of valid break. Okay, so could be medical reasons, or you were preparing for your MSET and things like that. Okay, so those kind of gaps, maximum up to 24 months. Any previous attempt within the last 6 months, again not allowed. I'm very sure none of you fall into that criteria. So. Okay, so that's the touchstone partner that we were speaking about. Now this slide is self-explanatory, but I still want to keep this slide and give you about 30 seconds of time to go through this slide. These are the do's and don'ts and the important instructions while you take the test. Please go through. Now, some of you sitting at the back, can you read this? You can't read, okay. So quickly I will read out them for you. So touchstone test has 2 sections, verbal ability section and analytical ability section. The total test duration is 90 minutes, verbal ability section for 10 minutes and analytical ability section for 80 minutes. Scores of both verbal and analytical ability sections will be considered for shortlisting, and please read the instructions carefully before proceeding with the test. You are permitted to carry only a scientific calculator or pen and a pencil for the test. No bags, mobile phones, etc. are permitted inside the examination center. Please carry a valid photo ID proof or college ID proof to the test. Now, this is something we face. You carry duplicate ID proofs, you carry pictures of your neighbor. I don't know whose picture that looks like, but it looks like everybody in the world, but it doesn't look like you. So don't carry those photo ID. We face a lot of problems here. In case you find any technical issues or require any assistance during the test, please connect with the TCS coordinators. That's important. Okay? Do not connect with Shauzuddin or Daniel or anybody else. Connect with TCS coordinators. Right? Rough sheets will be provided to you. All rough sheets should be submitted back to the TCS coordinators before leaving the exam center. You are not permitted to talk to neighbors, use your mobile phones, share stationery and so on during the test. This could lead to disqualification from the TCS selection process. Don't tell me I didn't talk to my neighbor. Neighbor doesn't mean the person who stays next to your house. Neighbor means the next person who's sitting next to you in the test. So don't talk to that person. You will not be permitted to leave the exam center during the test. Okay. So if you have finished it in 15 minutes, 20 minutes flat, I will ask you to wait. Prepare for the test. Take the practice test. Open CCM is available on TCS Next Step. Now, a CCM is again a mock test kind of environment that we create for you. So go through the test. It's going to help you. Clear on the instructions? Okay. We are a technology company and we believe in technology at every step. So Next Step is also available on Android and iOS applications, iOS platforms. Go ahead, download Next Step on your mobile devices, and this will be your one-stop shop for all in the entire TCS selection process. You will get to know when are the interview dates. You will get to know when what's happening with your offer. If you have got the offer, what next to join. Everything happens in a chronological order on this app. Okay. Now we have been hearing about a lot of fake offers in the market and people telling you pay me this amount and you've got an offer, and I don't know, surprisingly some guys believe without even sitting through an interview you have an offer from TCS. Okay, so to beat that, we have introduced the QR codes and the links on the offer joining letter and the emails that we give to you. So you need to click those links or scan the QR codes for verification, right? We all understand QR codes and how it works, and like you're engineers, you should tell me how it works. And visit the career page, and after clicking the link, you are directed to the career page and visit it and validate your offer on that. Okay, you have an offer reference ID and validate that reference offer on that. Don't just go by any offer that comes to your email. Okay, so that's all I had to quickly tell you, and I think we will want to open the floor to Q&A. I hope we have covered most of the things. But before we open for Q&A, see, we told you a host of things about how TCS is, how life is going to look like in TCS, and I don't know how many of you have formed impressions, but see, don't form impressions at this point in time. Remember when you cleared your MSET exam, you heard the biggest lie of your life is settled. Everybody told you, okay, you cleared the MSET exam, your life is settled. Okay. Now similarly, when you sit through the TCS interview process and when you get through TCS, people will tell you, wow, your life is settled. Okay, that's the next best lie you will hear. Don't think that lives are settled once you get through TCS and things like that. You will have to keep performing. Okay, in fact, just yesterday, as Mr. Murthy said, we were hearing our CEO speak, and he said, you can aspire for anything. He said some beautiful words. You can aspire for anything. Okay, because aspirations are free. You can aspire for anything until you start putting in the efforts for it, which also come along free, right? So though all the best things in life sometimes come for free, don't start assuming things that if this is happening, my life is settled and all. Your commitment and your learning process has to continue. We, from an organization perspective, will ensure that your learning process is continuous, okay, through one of the best L&D process, through one of the best training centers, and through one of the best processes, HR process that we have. We will ensure that your learning process is continuous. You need to ensure that the effort that's coming in from your side is continuous, okay. So that's all quickly I had to speak to you. we will open the floor for Q&A. You can ask any of us questions. You can ask Mr. Murthy, you can ask me, or you can ask Karthik, any of the questions you have. So go ahead. We want to spend some good time and some quality time in this particular part of the session where we want to take questions from you. Don't hesitate to ask questions, okay? We as an organization believe that it's okay to make mistakes for once, okay? The problem is that if you keep repeating the mistakes. So it's okay if the question is not right, don't think that the question is right, wrong, what are the others going to think. If you have some questions, it's okay to ask, right? So go ahead, ask questions, and we're here to answer you. Can we have one mic with the audience? It's there with the audience, okay.